Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee. Home of the Milwaukee Bucks, and we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks.
This is the start of a brief homestand for them, but they may have a chance here, Kevin, to get some wins in front of their home fans before they head back out on the road.
And because you never know what's going to happen on that next road trip, it's much easier to control your own fate on a short homestand.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, the shot-blocking pair of Davis and Asik inside. Gordon and Pondexter are the wingmen, and it's Evans at the one. And it's Gordon penetrating, and the shot is good. One of the first things you notice about Anthony Davis is how long and athletic he is. He can get by most other big men, and he's got, Clark, as you like to say, that feathery shot, that feathery touch.
Yep, cotton candy soft is that jumper, and you've got to respect it. But he can also up-fake you with one dribble, posterize you.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Out to the right wing. Moves back up. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist. And the thing I love about Davis, I mean, he can cover a lot of ground with one dribble. I mean, he's worked on his comfort level, though, with his ball handling, taking 2 or 3 and really maneuvering his way through the defense.
And that's Evans penetrating. Pondexter with it. He's picked up by Parker. Asik, no good. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's the screen. Screen by Monroe. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Middleton can't get it to go.
And Anthony Davis has become one of the most prolific and effective interior scorers in the league. Top 5 in points around the rim and top 3 in finishing percentage. I mean, he's terrific in the pick and roll and still developing a back-to-the-basket game.
And he gets it to go.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Carter Williams dishes to Parker. Back to Carter Williams. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Gordon with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Gordon kicks to Davis. Evans left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Bucks trailed by 4. Now here's Carter Williams. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. For 3, Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Evans up top. Carter Williams covering. Stolen by Middleton. Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one's on Eric Gordon.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
He hits the second from the line. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
2 on the clock. Shoots a fader. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Parker, a screen on Evans. Hunter Williams dishes to Middleton. Parker inside. Davis is on it. And the Bucks miss again.
Well, I like his determination and his attitude and aggressiveness, but the defense wasn't going to back off that shot. They were tight on it.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I'll tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that. I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Now here is Davis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jabari Parker.
And Anthony Davis going up in the rough south side of Chicago. Because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
And both free throws good for Davis. And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
Middleton can't get it to go.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And that's Evans penetrating. Gordon kicks to Evans. New Orleans moving the ball around. A floater. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
A shot by Middleton. Wide open. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Evans kicks to Davis. Here's Pondexter. Antetokounmpo defending. The drive by Gordon. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That one on Monroe.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there. And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Asha. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. Alonzo G is checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Holiday in for Eric Gordon. Here is Bayless. And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Now here's Mayo following the shot by Evans. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. Off target with his 3. New Orleans leading by 4. Holiday goes in. The pass to Evans. Back to Anderson. The feed to G. Evans with it. He has 6. No good. Plumlee with some nice D. And now here's Mayo, the fast break opportunity. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And now just a 2-point Pelican lead. Evans passes to Anderson. Puts one up from 19. The rebound by the Bucks.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Now here's Henson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time. And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Pass to Plumlee. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Evans outside. To the left side wing. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds. Really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
Copeland. It's stolen by G. Mayo against Evans. Right side Holiday. Kicks to Ajinça. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And talking about Tyreke Evans, you really hope he can build on what he did last year. He has too much talent to waste on inconsistency. Time for him to just step up here in the prime of his career.
New Orleans making a switch here. Cole's checked in. Well, last year the Pelicans were a team on the rise, making the playoffs. A solid season overall, especially on the road. Really, they sent notice by what they did away from New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, 17 road wins. I mean, you say to yourself, well, that doesn't sound great. But when you're a young, up-and-coming team, one of the things that you can really value is your ability to go into hostile environments and have success. They're going to be building on that confidence. And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now here is Holiday. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Stolen by Henson. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Holiday dishes to Anderson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Anderson's got 5.
As for the Pelicans on the road, I mean, they had the fewest road wins of all the West playoff teams. The franchise hasn't had a winning road record since 2009 when they were the Hornets. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Bayless kicks to Plumlee. The kick out to Mayo. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Holiday. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Lets a floater go. Excellent D there from Mayo. Tie game in Milwaukee. And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
Jarrett Bayless is out there with Mayo. Then it's Chris Copeland. Then it's John Henson. And it's Plumlee in at the 4 slot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Three-pointer, Pondexter. Three-pointer, good. Pondexter's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Pelicans.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here is Bayless. Pass to Henson. The dish to Copeland. 6 on the shot clock. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Davis.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Plumlee hits them both. Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
All free throws good from Eric Gordon. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
Pelicans leading by 3. Picked his pocket. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Cole. And Ashik kicks to Gordon. Screen by Ashik. Here's Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Dishes it to Henson. Lays it up and banks it in. Henson's got 6.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Cole the pass to Davis. And they double up Davis. And Cole kicks to Gordon. 5 on the clock. Yeah, the step back. Good as the jump shot falls.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Feeds to Plumlee. It's stolen by Davis. Shoots it up. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Now Bayless. Henson with the screen. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. Shot clock at 5. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got 4 assists now tonight. Passes it to Ashik. Gordon against Mayo. Gordon inside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Bucks trail by 6. Here is Bayless. He dishes it to Henson. Now Bayless. He kicks it to Copeland. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Evans, he's checked in for Cole. Bayless dishes to Henson. Can't hit. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Gordon outside. And they double up Gordon. Stolen by Henson. Mayo kicks to Copeland. Uses both ends to slam it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Bucks trail by 4. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Gordon kicks to Ashik. Evans outside. Ashik, the pass to Gordon. 4 on the clock. Evans goes in. And it's good. Evans has got 10. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Bayless. And he banks in the layup.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Evans. He's got 10. Here's Gordon. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashe. Anderson comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Holiday in for Eric Gordon. Now here's Evans. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to Atlanta. Davis sets a screen. Evans dishes to Davis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And now a 6-point Pelican lead.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Outside Holiday. And here's Evans. 12 points for him. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Milwaukee. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for New Orleans.
And they've made an effort to get to the line here in the first half, guys. And it's starting to pay off.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
The Pelicans making a switch here. G's checked in. Now here's Carter Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
Now here's Parker. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Now Monroe kicks to Middleton. He feeds it to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it down to Middleton. Milwaukee the rebound. Monroe with it. He's got 5. And the pass to Antetokounmpo. Tries again. And that one's good. That's 7 points for Greg Monroe.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Carter Williams against Holiday. A shot by Evans. Nobody around. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The feed to Middleton. Lets it go from deep. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. G kicks to Evans. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
What a great game for Evans in this one. 16 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
And he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from it.
Good on the second free throw.
Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season the shooting percentages really went south.
Carter Williams kicks to Monroe.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
They set the screen. That's good. 19 points for Tyreke Evans. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
On defense, Milwaukee, after Tyreke Evans has scored. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for New Orleans. 58 seconds left to play here in the half.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Middleton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's G. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Bucks trail.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Eight seconds left in the first half. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. 1 second left. On Antetokounmpo. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pelicans lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. It's been one outstanding game from Tyreke Evans.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. It's been one outstanding game from Tyreke Evans.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Gordon are the guard set. The shot blocking pair of Davis and Ashik inside. And it's Pondexter in the small forward position. Evans dishes to Gordon. Back to Evans. And Parker with the block. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Parker, a screen on Ashik. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Antetokounmpo again. Evans. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down. Just 2 points on the bucket from Antetokounmpo. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Evans kicks to Gordon. Here's Davis. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Carter Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Middleton outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. The shot is off.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Now here's Evans after Eric Gordon's miss. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Gordon's got 13.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach. I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And, guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 13. It's Evans on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Left side Davis. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, going back to Giannis, he has the physical makeup and skill set to be a triple-double guy. I mean, there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to fulfill his potential, except consistency. That's the area he's got to tighten up.
Nice shot by Evans.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Now here's Carter Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the Bucks miss again.
And talking about Giannis, he was clearly one of the very best players in that 2013 draft. Selected number 15 overall by the Bucks. And if you looking back, to me, that's what we'd have to call a steal with the kind of player he's developed into.
Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Outside Gordon. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Outside Davis. Pondexter the pass to Ashe. Drops in the layup for two. Ashik's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. Evans on the double team. Outside for Carter Williams. He's looking for Monroe and finds it. That is good. Monroe's got 13. New Orleans leading by 5. Now Gordon. He's got 13. Kicks it to Davis. There's the dish to Evans. Back to Davis. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Davis has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Pelicans. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Evans attacking. Davis the pass to Pondexter. Middleton against Gordon. Pass to Evans. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Inside. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And let's get your take, guys, on a scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but they've been killing it from the free throw line tonight. Those points keep adding up as we go along.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Ashe. Holiday comes in for Eric Gordon. And Cole subbed in for Tyreke Evans. Now here's Davis. 13 points in the game. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Davis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. Poked away. It's stolen by Davis. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Cole's shot is good. And it's a 9-point New Orleans lead.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Now, here is Monroe. And here is Antetokounmpo. Got a piece of it.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for the Pelicans. G comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Teardrop shot. And Parker, here we go. The finish. And it's blocked. He's looking for Middleton, but it's him.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And Cole kicks to G. Holiday against Antetokounmpo. Holiday dishes to Anderson. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Bucks. Monroe's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now here's Parker. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton penetrating. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon. And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand. Was the architect behind the Warriors' offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. And the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Screen by Monroe. Middleton for 3. Milwaukee the rebound. Another miss by Middleton.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And Holiday kicks to Cole. Feeds to Ajinça. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. There's the screen. Cole, the pass to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Yeah, again, just the lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break, so real easy to see what the problem is.
G dishes to Anderson. Stolen by Middleton. Now the Bucks moving it up. From deep. Another miss by Middleton.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Passes it to G. He dishes it to Ajinça.
Holiday.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Here is Bayless. He kicks to Plumlee. He feeds it to Bayless. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And now here comes Cole, leading the break. Here's Holiday. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of 2 halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
Both free throws good from Holiday. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Copeland, defended by Anderson. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. Shoots from 12. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pelicans on top, up by 15. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Chris Copeland is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Mayo. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Henson in the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And Holiday kicks to Asik. The pass to Holiday. In low. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got 19 points.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Here is Bayless, guarded by Holiday. Copeland the pass to Bayless. A three-pointer off the mark. Pelicans leading by 15. And it's Gordon penetrating. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. Fires from deep. Pelicans with the rebound.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Holiday brings the double team. And Copeland kicks to Henson. Out to the right wing. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. Outside Gordon. Right side Holiday. The feed to Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Screen by Asik. Gordon. It's rebounded by Copeland.
Just a loss of focus there. He lost concentration. He's got to be kicking himself for missing that one.
The kick out to Mayo. Again, Mayo missing. Pelicans leading by 17. Pass to Gordon. Davis against Henson. And Davis can't get it to go. Bucks have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Tyreke Evans is checked in for Drew Holiday.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA, and he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a spark offensively. You go see Jared.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Thank you, Doris. Babbitt from long range, and that is good. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Milwaukee's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Anderson outside. Top of the key, Cole. Back to Anderson. 4 on the shot clock. Takes a shot at the elbow. Offensive rebound.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Can't cash in from close range. Cole, the pass to Evans. Great D that time for Middleton. Bucks trailed by 17. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Out to Monroe. Here's Parker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted #2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both show they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Here's Cole. It's Evans on the wing, defended by Middleton. And that's Evans penetrating. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Evans has got 23.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates them. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Cole. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 19.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Carter Williams with it. Got it. Good job in the low post.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Evans with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Evans outside. Fires the three. And another three for New Orleans.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Here's Carter Williams. Kicks to Middleton. The dish to Parker. Shot is off. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Evans passes to Anderson. Here's Cole. Pass to Ajinça. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Monroe kicks to Carter Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
Evans with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Evans outside. Tipped away. Parker with the steal. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Anderson kicks to Evans. Another one falls for New Orleans.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Parker passes to Carter Williams. Screen by Monroe. Middleton with it. Evans picks him up. The drive by Monroe. And that one's good. Monroe's got 4 points in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Anderson. Pondexter comes in for Luke Babbitt. And it's Drew Holiday in for Cole. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
Perkins, he's checked in for New Orleans. Gordon comes in for Tyreke Evans. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
One shot.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the charts. Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. For Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin.
Right.
How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done. That would be something to see.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Now here's Carter Williams. Middleton on the wing. Off the pick. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Davis, the pass to Holiday. Davis sets a screen. Three-pointer, Pondexter. Bucks trail by 18.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for New Orleans.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Well, you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
Sometimes, guys, it's hard during the first meeting of a season to get a feel for a team, but these guys came out and made the necessary adjustments, and I think they've got to feel good about going up 1-0 in the season series against the Bucks.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for Davis. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Now here is Holiday. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And we all know Drew Holiday is a tremendous talent. That's why he was traded for the draft picks that became Nerlens Noel 2 years ago and Elfrid Payton last season. Such impressive company that Holiday may be feeling the pressure to live up to it.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Right side Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up from the corner. They get it again. Feeds it to Pondexter. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next.